Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your reading for the month of December, general reading for the month of December 2016. A couple of things to mention. You've got your love readings up as well. I've done a love reading for those of you who are single or casually dating in the month of December, and also a reading for those of you who are actually in a relationship. So you're actually coupled up in the month of December 2016, okay? The other thing to say is you can see to your right there is now an inset box that shows the cards, okay? So you can follow the reading by looking at the cards on that inset box, and I'm also talking to you on screen. The final thing to say is your year ahead readings will be with you by the end of December, okay? I'm just working on those now, but I needed to get 36 videos recorded for the 12 signs, all right? So remember, you got your general, love singles, love couples up, okay? We're going to have a look what's coming in for you. Doing the Celtic cross again. So Universe Spirit, show me what's coming up for Scorpio. What is coming up for Scorpio in the month of December 2016? Show me Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising Sign. Show me what's coming in for Scorpios. I'm really focusing on Scorpio. So the people that are watching this video, Scorpios who are watching this video, what could be coming in for the majority of Scorpios who are watching my videos, this video, for their Sun, Moon or Rising sign in the month of December 2016. Show me what's coming up for Scorpio. Show me what's coming up for Scorpio. What's coming up for Scorpio in the month of December 2016. Show me. Okay, so we've shuffled the cards. I do them upside, well, I don't shuffle them up, shouldn't really, well, doesn't matter really, but it's only because I'm laying the cards out so you guys can see them. I have to lay them out upside down. Okay. Let's turn it around this way. That's right, yeah. So, let's have a look. Your present situation, we'll get clarifiers with this as well. Your challenge, foundation, what this foundation is about. I'll show you how I do my readings, my Celtic crosses. Immediate future, the you now position. The influence is coming in as a result of the immediate future. Hopes, fears, and the overall outcome. How I do my readings, Scorpio, is, so I just need to get a pen so I can point at the cards, is, as you know, I'm doing like a storyboard. So what I tend to do is look at what the root of the issue is in the month of December, this card here, how you're approaching it, so how you're dealing with it, which is this card here. This card here should show what the situation is about. So this is the root issue, and what the situation is about should be showing somewhere around here. What the challenge is to this situation here, and where this leaves you in the present situation in the month of December here. And then we look at the best case scenario or the best outcome in the first 2 weeks here. Then we go to the next 2 weeks, which is the immediate future, so how the situation unfolds. The influence is coming in as a result of this. Your hopes and fears in conjunction with what shows up in the immediate future, and the influence is coming in. And then the overall outcome, okay? And we'll get clarifiers to open up the reading as well, okay? So let's have a look, what's the root issue? Well, the Ace of Pentacles, some of you guys could be, the issue for the month of December 2016, some of you guys could be looking at new opportunities. Ace of Pentacles often references when a new opportunity comes to us, when we're receiving money. So some of you guys might be receiving money in the month of December 2016. I mean, you know, besides your wages, if you work, it could be, you know, yes, you get paid from your job, but it could also be that you're receiving other gifts. Ace of Pentacles can be a gift, or it simply can be a new opportunity, possibly financial, that comes to you. How are you approaching this? Well, the King of Swords, and the King of Swords shows communication. So the you now position shows that there could be some communication, okay? If that's you, Scorpio, then this is the card that says, I'm looking at things in a completely, I'm master. You know, kings are the cards in the tarot that take charge. So if you think about a king, it's somebody who's in charge, somebody who has complete diplomacy, somebody who is an action taker, somebody who is a doer. We know that the situation, the root of issue in the month of December for some of you Scorpios is to do potentially around a new opportunity, money, receiving of money potentially, And how you approach it is via the King of Swords energy. And the King of Swords energy says, I know exactly what to do around this situation. Okay, so there could be something to do with a new opportunity, and you'll know what the right thing is to do around this new opportunity, because the King of Swords says, I'm completely in my balanced, fair and rational mind. So mentally, King of Swords takes charge mentally of a situation. So I feel that you're taking charge mentally, perhaps a new opportunity that's coming in the month of December 2016. Could be a small opportunity though, because the Ace of Pentacles often represents the seeds of something. Sometimes this can also represent the start of an outcome or the start of a resolution. So the month of December 2016, the issue will be rooted in maybe also not just an opportunity, but potentially the start of a resolution around a situation. And you're approaching it via the King of Swords, logically, rationally, very little emotion involved, but almost in terms of, I often think of King of Swords and Queen of Pentacles as the same sort of thing, because I often look at a situation through the eyes of what's the best thing to do in a practical, logical, rational way. Let's have a look what this could be around. Well, Judgment, interesting. So Judgment shows up here to say that this Ace of Pentacles here, this opportunity, and I feel that now this is, it could be the start of a resolution because it's to do with Judgment, and Judgment is rebirth. Judgment is also a card where you are paying attention to your inner wisdom, but also it's a card that says making a judgment on something here. So there's an opportunity, the root issue will be an opportunity potentially, and this is to do with judgment. So it could be something completely and entirely new that you have to kind of look at in the month of December 2016. Something potentially that is so far removed from what you're doing right now, whatever the case might be. Could be a work issue potentially, because it is a pentacle showing here. But the Judgment card to say that this is what this situation is potentially about, well, if there's an opportunity that's coming in and the situation is around judgment, it's around judgment, it could be that there's something entirely different that you're going to be looking at doing here. And how you'll approach this is via the King of Swords. Rational, diplomatic, intelligent thought process. What's your challenge? The Five of Pentacles. So in the month of December, the Five of Pentacles references something to do with instability, and it can be it can be in terms of financial situations. So some of you guys, your challenge might be that finances are an issue in the month of December 2016. It could be that there is some form of financial lack or insecurity with this card, and that's why the root issue is the Ace of Pentacles, which says that, well, an opportunity, financial opportunity might come to you here because your challenge is a lack of finances, or is something to do with that's negatively aspected around finances. So it could be that an opportunity comes to you, and this opportunity is in regards to a completely new path with this Judgment card, because your challenge is a financial problem potentially with that Five of Pentacles. And the way that you're approaching it is by being, okay, so money might not be that great, so what's the next step? This opportunity that comes to me, maybe this will be a good thing to go for, because, as I've said, the Ace of Pentacles can be also mean the start of a resolve, or a start of a situation that's resolving itself. And it can be through that Ace of Pentacles that maybe you'll be able to resolve the challenge of the Five of Pentacles. But it will need you, with the Judgment card, to kind of rationalise with that King of Swords that this could potentially be something far removed from what I've been doing. But in order to resolve this situation, then maybe, just maybe, I'll need to look at this opportunity here. And where does that leave you in the present situation? Well, it leaves you comfortable. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles suggests financial security, stability. It suggests somebody who's comfortable. But it also suggests somebody who's making financial plans. So if your challenge is the Five of Pentacles, we've got a lot of pentacles, so we have to look at perhaps the material aspect in the month of December, Scorpio, for some of you guys. So if your challenge is something to do with your finances here, it could mean, often when I do the cards, I look at what the root issue is and where it's leaving you in the present. Okay, so if the root issue is looking at new opportunities in the present with the Queen of Pentacles, and it's funny because I mentioned her, didn't I? I mentioned that I felt that the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords were very kind of the same in the way that they approach a situation. And she showed up. So if the root issue is finances here, the Ace of Pentacles, either receiving money or new opportunities, then it means, especially if the root issue is receiving money with the Ace of Pentacles, then it could mean that this leaves you in the present situation as the Queen of Pentacles. And that is, I'm actually taking a rational, sensible look at what I have. And what I have is what I am making the best of. So I'm making plans, i.e., how much do I have to spend on presents this year, or how much do I have to spend on food this year, or how many people can we entertain this year? This is what she does. She's a homemaker, is the Queen of Pentacles. She's someone who looks after the family. She's somebody who's very nurturing, and she doesn't do things because it's all about her. If she's in the reverse, she's a completely shallow person. But when she's in the upright, she's somebody who really does look quite sensibly at what she does. And all queens are rooted, as I say, in the element of water. So she's water of earth. And we know that water feeds earth. So she will look at what her intuition is telling her, and then she'll take that intuitive knowledge and she'll feed it through, and she'll approach a situation from a completely pragmatic point of view. I.e., okay, my intuition tells me that maybe I'm going to have a lot of bills to pay in December. So practically, what does that mean? Right, so I've got the electricity, I've got the gas, £100 for electricity, £100 for gas, £100 for food, and that leaves me with whatever it is, and then I need to do this. So she's a completely practical individual, and I feel that this situation here leaves in the present you guys being very practical about your finances, because you are recognising that the challenge is perhaps some form of financial shortage with this Five of Pentacles. So what is the best case scenario? What is the likely outcome for the first 2 weeks in December concerning this reading, Scorpio? Well, it's great because we've got the Sun. So the Sun represents you're heading in the right direction. It's a time for renewal. It's a time for thinking positively, but also the Sun, if we were to look at the Queen of Pentacles as you guys looking at things in a very kind of rational, logical, like the King of Swords does, down to earth in a very sensible way, then for me, the crowning thoughts of the Sun, I've hit the bullseye. I've got complete clarity and enlightenment, and we know that knowledge is power. So for me, the knowledge of the Queen of Pentacles shows up in the best case scenario, power, with the Sun card. It puts you in a far more of a controlled, stronger leadership position, because I feel that you're going to have more control over your finances, or over where you are, particularly pertaining to your household, to the things that you've got to do, the everyday things that every human being's got to do. But I feel, Scorpio, it'll give you more control if you are planning future forward properly in December 2016, because finances might not be that great and you might need to make some sacrifices or some drawbacks, or look at a different way of resolving a situation, because it's going to lead to lightening the load, which is also what this Judgment card can be. So what happens in the immediate future? Well, there we go. It's lovely. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups says you'll have the most happiness, the most abundance. You know, this isn't a card about money. This is a card about real contentment and happiness and joy. So for me, this is, you know, this reading here is saying, you know, if you know how to handle the situation, in the immediate future, you're going to have the most joy. And what comes in around that joy? Well, there we go. Changes for the better. The Wheel of Fortune shows up. And the Wheel of Fortune says, you know, as a result of the Ten of Cups, happiness, planning yourself. I feel that this is more like, stop planning yourself into so much of the financials, but work a way through anything financially that's not working for you in December. Because as a result of that, you'll be able to have much more of a fulfilling time over Christmas with the family, with friends, where it's not going to be so much of a burden on yourself. And as a result of that, what we do is that when we are able to release certain situations that might be causing us some distress, especially financially, Scorpio, I do feel that we start to attract in the best conditions, because it says with this Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups here, that I feel that there's going to be the most joy and the most happiness you guys are going to be experiencing with family and friends and loved ones and that type of thing. But as a result of that, you might see some changes start to turn for the better in terms of finances with that Wheel of Fortune energy. And what will your hopes and fears be in terms of, hopes or fears be in terms of this Ten of Cups, with the influence of the Wheel of Fortune coming in? Well, the Three of Wands, that your ships will be coming in, that things will start to speed up. When you get the Three of Wands, it's a card about all of the hard work that you've put in coming back to you. So this can be somebody who this can be somebody who has put a lot of time into a project and now they're just waiting. They've put all the things out there on the boat and they said to the boatman, okay, take that to this destination and then sell it and then bring me back my proceeds. So it's almost like you're putting something out there. With this 10 of Cups here in the immediate future shows real joy and real happiness for you guys in December. And it seems to encourage changes coming in which you are hoping with those changes that you're going to actually start receiving something really good back. Because you can see that your challenge is financial instability with the Five of Pentacles. And you're going to have to do some planning around that with the Queen of Pentacles. Because the root issue is the Ace of Pentacles, and it can be receiving money, potentially. But if you plan properly with the Queen of Pentacles, you should ensure you with a good outcome with that Sun card, in which you'll be able to enjoy the Christmas period with that 10 of Cups. You should see, therefore, some good changes coming in. Turns for the better with the Wheel of Fortune, in which you'll be hoping that all your hard work and endeavours and efforts should start to pay off with that Three of Wands. And what's the outcome? The Six of Swords. You overcome, I feel, in the month of December, any difficulties, because the Six of Swords means overcoming difficulties, looking past the difficulties of the swords and looking to a clearer path with the water. So it suggests that you get round a problem. What we're going to do now, I'm going to open up the reading and see if this opens it up to anything else that's happening. We can see why we can ask why the Ace of Pentacles is the root of the issue, which can be receiving money in the month of December 2016. So we're going to see if we can see why the Ace of Pentacles is the root issue for December for Scorpios. All right, there we go. Eight of Swords. Because of the Eight of Swords, I feel that some of you guys are worried about money, okay? Because the Eight of Swords means that mentally there is a restriction there, but it can also literally mean that your hands are tied, and it could be over receiving money. So some of you guys might be finding in December that you're feeling a sense of restriction, a sense of, and also because the swords represent the mind, it can be that you're overly worrying about something. So I feel that the Ace of Pentacles is really saying, you know, there is something around money that is the root issue for the month in December, and it's because of the Eight of Swords. Maybe your hands are tied in terms of generating money with the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you're worrying terribly about money, Ace of Pentacles, in the month of December 2016. And we're going to see why Judgment is involved with this Ace of Pentacles. Oh, is that upside down or... Okay. Because of the Five of Swords. That's an interesting combination, really, that, you know, we've got the Ace of Pentacles here to say the root issue for Scorpios in December 2016 is something to do with your finances, receiving money, new opportunities, that type of thing. Because of Judgment. And I feel that there are changes that you have to make in terms of some form of financial situation here. It seems to me that with this Ace of Pentacles and that Eight of Swords, you're worried. There's something that you are enjoying that's quite frustrating around finances, or there's frustration about a resolution to a situation here. Could be in terms of finances, just by the amount of pentacles we've got here. And therefore, you know, the situation with this is Judgment. Possibly some changes or a wake-up call in terms of, because of the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords often means challenges, or feeling a sense of powerlessness, or feeling that somebody is over you, or somebody who is has more power than you do. The fives, for me, are not the nicest cards, because they represent challenges that we have to endure, basically sometimes at the hands of others. So I feel that the root issue is frustration over money, or frustration over something that you're meant to be receiving, or you're worrying over money, or you're worrying over something that you're meant to be receiving in the month of December 2016. And the situation in that seems to be something to do with a wake-up call, or something to do with some form of change with that Judgment card that you have to make through, the issue being the Five of Swords energy. And this can be, I don't know whether this is to do with competition or feeling that there is a sense of powerlessness. I get the sense of powerlessness with those cards, because the root issue is that Ace of Pentacles, and you're feeling frustrated around that, or your hands are tied, or a sense of restriction around this situation, Scorpio. And in that situation, we have that it's something to do with judgment. Okay, so making a big judgment. And it could be because of the Five of Swords. So for some of you guys, you're feeling powerless against something, or you're feeling powerless against someone. Maybe somebody you feel is stopping you from receiving this thing with the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe that's where the restriction is. Maybe you feel it's out of your hands. I'm getting, there's two cards that can represent powerlessness. The Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. If you're those two people there, then you're the powerless ones. And this is the person who has more power. So I feel that for some of you guys, there's something to do with money or getting something that you feel is owed to you or that you should be receiving. There's a sense of feeling powerless amongst this because a big decision seems that you need to make some form of a big decision here with judgment. And it's because of the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords for me is a card where somebody is restricting to others or somebody who has won out at the expense of others. So it could be some competition you're facing, especially if you run your own business or something like that, having to make a call on that. There's some form of restrictive energy you guys want to get out of in terms of finances, I feel, in the month of December 2016. Why is the Five of Pentacles your challenge? Let's just see why the Five of Pentacles is your challenge. Because of the Eight of Wands. So it could be that a lot of things are up in the air financially for you. So there's a lack of stability here because of the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands often means many, many ideas. It often means that things are up in the air. It often means that things have not been grounded yet. So you haven't... The Eight of Wands does mean that you receive messages. There's lots of things that are coming through. But it could mean that there's financial stability, instability perhaps, because of all of the stuff you've got coming through. So that can be anything from lots of bills that land at you all at the same time. And you're kind of thinking, well, how do I do this? So it could be that the judgment card here is the need to make some massive judgment. And it's because of the Five of Swords. And if it's the Five of Swords, for me, this is the powers that be. The people that have more power over us than we have over them. And I just get the impression that you're more the two people here, Scorpio, in December, rather than this person here. Because I feel that you're having to make a judgment because you might be feeling some form of worry or powerlessness against perhaps people who are asking for things from you. Because your challenge is that Five of Pentacles because of the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands can be, a lot of the time it's yes, it can be things that are up in the air, but it can also be about all of the things that are coming at us at once. And I feel that there's a lot of things coming at you, especially bill-wise. When you get the Eight of Wands, it means that you've received messages through your inbox, messages through the post. Usually that would be the Swords though, but the Eight of Wands, because it's electronic, it usually means electronic messages. It might be the amount of things that you've got to do. And that's why you're feeling financially unstable, because all the things that you owe or the things that you've got to do over the Christmas period, do I have enough money for that? Because I have to make a big judgment here because of the Five of Swords. Somebody has more power over what I've got. Can be the electricity board or the government, your taxes, whatever it is. But there seems to be, the root issue is money and some form of, with that Eight of Swords, frustration or restriction around it. So where does that leave you in the present situation? Well, why are you the Queen of Pentacles? Why are you showing the Queen of Pentacles energy in the present situation? Because of the Page of Wands. And I feel that this is, for some of you guys, it might be that, remember, she's the card of financial planning, but she's also the card of looking at things in a realistic light. Some of you guys might be looking at this situation in a realistic light because it might be that you're considering stepping out onto a new path, creatively, work-wise, potentially. Or it could be that you're trying to plan around your finances, maybe because of some news that's being received. Page of Wands often represents news or communication that's being received. But this is the card of the adventurer. And this is the card of looking at something in an entirely new light and taking a risk on it. So for some of you guys, I do sense that there are some restrictions around money, being the root issue in the month of December, Scorpio. And those restrictions around money are to do with judgment, making a big judgment because you feel powerless, possibly against the powers that be, possibly if you run a business, there's lots of competition around you. You feel that you've lost, you're not getting as much business in. It could be because, you know, the powers that be are the people that you owe, because your challenge is a lack of financial stability with the Five of Pentacles because of that Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is many, many messages that are coming through. Okay, so it can be, you know, lots of bills, that type of thing, dropping on your lap. All right. It can also be that maybe all the ideas, if you run your business, that you've set out there's not really coming to anything at the moment. Things are kind of, if you're sending the messages, it might be that, you know, things aren't coming back to you as quickly. Or it could be if you're receiving the messages, then it could be that this is why you feel the Five of Pentacles is your challenge, because you're not dealing very well with all the things that you've got to cope with, message-wise, information-wise, in the month of December 2016. So therefore, in the present, you need to make some pretty hard choices, some pretty firm plans, realistic plans, how you move forward financially. And that's because of the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands could mean, well, do I need to step out into a new adventure here? Do I need to do something else? Do I need to do a part-time job? Do I need to take a risk on something? Or is it because there's been some information or some communication around this situation? And why is the best case scenario for you, or the likely outcome, the Sun? Why is the likely outcome the Sun? Ooh, I never know whether these are upside. No, it's the Queen of Cups. Because of the Queen of Cups, Scorpio, and we can say that that energy is you. Yeah, they're all in the upright. It's because of the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups means that you feel emotionally stable. Okay, there's a sense of acceptance when you get the Queen of Cups energy. So I feel that you work out some form of plan how you're going to do something here, just like what I said with the first reading. Because the Sun shows happiness, and it shows a sense of renewal, a sense of feeling really positive, a sense of taking back your control. And that's because of the Queen of Cups energy. And that Queen of Cups energy is you guys. Even though she's a Cancerian card, she can also be seen as a Scorpio. Queen of Cups is somebody who knows. She has the knowledge. She has the depth of knowledge through intuition. So, you know, you feel in a far more powerful place, I feel, with the Sun card, because your intuition is speaking to you. Okay, so you've done, you know, you've got a Queen of Pentacles here, and she's the practical. She's the practical one. She's the pragmatic one. She's the one that says, right, I need to do this, this, and this because I owe this, this, and this. Right, let's get this all into a spreadsheet, that type of thing. And that's because of the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands can be a card of development. Okay, so developing something new as well. Developing a new creative or spiritual path. So I feel that this is more you guys looking future forward in the present, and how you get yourself out of this situation here. And therefore the best case scenario is the Sun. Things are looking up, things are looking really, really positive, because with the Queen of Cups card, you're kind of okay about it. Remember, the Queen of Cups, she's more than likely going to be the type of person, the type of Queen in the Tower that will settle for something. But she'll settle for something. She will accept a situation because intuitively she knows it's the right thing to do. So I feel that there is an acceptance of the situation and what you need to do in the month of December 2016, Scorpio. So therefore, we've got the Ten of Cups in the immediate future. And why do we have the Ten of Cups in the immediate future? What is the Ten of Cups based around? Why do we have the Ten of Cups for Scorpios in the immediate future? There we go, because of the Fool. Some of you guys will be looking to take some form of a new direction. And there is acceptance in this, because something is clearly not working for some of you guys here in terms of work. And I feel that the Ten of Cups can be where, you know, all tens represent a stage of completion. So you get a Ten of Swords. It's where a stage is being completed. You've completed the worst part of your life. All right? You've completed a really difficult area, and you're over the worst. And the Ten of Cups is a card that says, okay, I've reached that point of happiness now. It's the most happiness I can have. Now we need to change cycles. So all the tens represent the ending of a certain cycle, but according to their suit, it just depends on how that cycle ended. And this one ends with the most joy, because we've got an ending card here and a beginning card here. So some of you guys could find that in the immediate future you're moving out of something here and into something else with the Fool card, because the Fool card represents a new opportunity, or the need to seek a new direction. And if you look at the Fool, he's looking to his awareness, a higher awareness, with face cards, as I call them. You look at the Fool and he's got his, let me just pick this card up. Yeah, he's got the rod that he's holding in his right hand, which says that this person's looking to the future and they're not focusing on the past. The Fool is always looking to the future, always. Because if you look at a card and it's got its hand on the right, it's holding something in the right hand, Scorpio, then you can say really with this card, somebody is not focusing on the past, they're focusing on the future. Okay, so I feel that for some of you guys, it will be wrapping something up here in the best way that you possibly know how to, as you look to the future with the Fool card here. And it doesn't have to mean that you're leaving a job, but it just means for me that you're looking at ways to complete a difficult cycle, especially in terms of work or finances or something, and you're looking at new opportunities of how you can make things greater. And because of this positive theme that seems to be running through the immediate future, because I feel here the best case scenario is to accept something. All right, positivity comes for me with the Queen of Cups when you learn to accept and you learn to pay attention to your strongest intuition, which we can see running through the Queen of Pentacles in the centre of the reading. That in the immediate future, the Ten of Cups brings you the greatest happiness because of the Fool, because now you're looking upwards. So it doesn't have to mean that there are any particular endings, but you're having the greatest time in the last 2 weeks of December because of the Fool. You took a risk on something. You didn't fear it, you did it. You broke down some form of a barrier with the least resistance. The Fool card is not about resistance, it's about breaking through some form of resistance. So as a result of that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune showing up, Scorpio, as a card coming in, influence coming in. Why do we have the Wheel of Fortune? Why do we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in? Wow, because of the Star. I feel that because you put your faith in yourself and you put your faith in a situation, this is what's encouraging. Remember, the Star card is a card about hope, faith, optimism. So the Fool card is very similar to the Star in terms of its optimistic values. So you have the greatest happiness in the immediate future. We could say maybe for some of you guys there is some form of a change here. It looks very, very positive to me. But also we can say with the Ten of Cups, you have the greatest happiness over the next 2 weeks within December because of the Fool card. And that is your natural. Not all Scorpios can be optimistic, but that's because you're feeling far more optimistic moving forward. And therefore this encourages great changes because of the Star, because you didn't give in, because you held out hope. There is some difficulty here, I feel, around finances, yes, but you seem to break through that. And that's through taking another route. And that's through financial planning, good financial planning with that Queen of Pentacles. Because of the Page of Wands. It could be good financial planning, especially if you run your own business, in terms of the Page of Wands, and that is kind of integrating a new path within the business moving forward, for example, okay? And therefore the sun shines because you used your intuition and you followed it to the hilt, to the letter. I feel that you stopped something that could have gone downhill, Scorpio, in December. You stop it from happening, and that's through your own intelligence, your own optimism and your own faith. And therefore there's some amazing changes coming in, and they're looking really optimistic as well with that Star card. What will your hopes be? Why are you hoping for the Three of Wands? Why are Scorpios hoping for the Three of Wands? Because of the Six of Pentacles. So all of the hard work that you're putting in here, in the centre, you're hoping it's going to pay off here. Now usually the hopes would be in terms of this. So you could be getting the most joy and the most happiness in the immediate future in the 2 weeks, the final 2 weeks of December. Perhaps some of you guys have taken a risk on something. The Fool card means to take a risk. So you walk towards a new opportunity in terms of whatever this reading means for you because you took a risk on something here. It seems to be paying off. The Wheel of Fortune says that things are now starting to pick up for you. Wheel of Fortune, things are starting to turn good. Because we've got so many, we've got like Five of Pentacles here and Five of Swords and Eight of Swords. To me this Wheel of Fortune says, because these are kind of negative cards, to me this says that things are turning for the better because you were optimistic or because you took a good turn with the Star card. Or because a wish is coming true with the Star card. You're starting to realise something that's very, very positive, and therefore your hopes will be that your ships will come in, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, and those ships revolve around receiving money or receiving some form of benefit or aid with the Six of Pentacles. And therefore the outcome shows us the Six of Swords. Why do we have the Six of Swords here in the overall outcome? because of the Queen of Wands, because you were proactive. So you're able to move forward and overcome any difficulties you were having, especially financially wise, because the Queen of Wands says, well, I was proactive. I was confident, I took the bull by the horns, and I solved an issue that could have threatened to take me down in the month of December 2016. And also this Six of Wands for me, Six of Swords, sorry, for me, is not only overcoming obstacles, but it's also changing slight tact or slight direction in an area that threatened to take some of you guys down. And with that Queen of Wands, it's almost like you're travelling towards, for some of you guys, it might be a new job, because Queen of Wands can represent a new job. And so can the Fool, and so can the Wheel of Fortune. But I feel that this is more that some of you guys are more in a leadership position in terms of, but I feel within yourself, you take control of a situation here in the month of December 2016. All right, some of you guys might be going to a new job though, I feel, at the in January, because Queen of Wands can be a boss, or she can be a manager, and this can be a travel card as well, changing direction. So sometimes you get this card come up, especially if it's something to do with work, and it says that you're changing a job or you're doing something different. Especially with that Wheel of Fortune preceding these energies here. So there's a change coming in, and it's because of the star, something positive happening. Let's go through this reading one more time and just get it down pat. It's a very interesting reading though. Let's just see why you're the King of Swords, why you're approaching this situation through the energies of the King of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, because you're evaluating your finances. And also this card means I've made an investment in an area. All right, so I feel that in the month of December 2016, Scorpios, for some of you guys, there is going to be some worry over money, because we've got the Ace of Pentacles being the root issue here. So it's money, it's receiving money. And that's because of the Eight of Swords, okay? So there might be some restrictions in receiving money here, for example, or spending money. I mean, usually Ace of Pentacles in the reverse for me is the spending of money, because you're losing money. The Pentacle is holding out, it's falling away from you, but you're retaining it. For some of you guys, it might be holding on to money, maybe. There seems to be some restrictions or some form of worry around money here with those cards. And it seems to be that, you know, this situation here involves judgment because of the Five of Swords. So needing to make maybe some big judgments over a situation that has rendered you powerless. In terms of Five of Swords often shows somebody who has more power than others. So it could be the powers that be. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Hierophant or something here, but it could be that, you know, you need to make a judgment over something that's been keeping you down. Potentially, this is why. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles here. There seems to be worry over money. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords shows worry or frustration a lot of the time. Or the inability, your hands are tied, literally feeling trapped around money, I feel. So there's something to do with money and restrictions with money, or being held back, or some worry to do with money. We don't have the Nine of Swords, but these can be the same sort of cards. And this situation seems to be around a judgment that needs to be made over the Five of Swords. But so perhaps how you free yourself from difficulty, or challenging people, or challenge people that are situations that are being proving quite challenging to you, rendering you powerless in terms of having money or receiving money, or the amount of money that you have, Scorpio. Because your challenge is instability in terms of finances, the Five of Pentacles. And that's because of the Eight of Wands. Maybe all of the things that you've got to do, all of the money that you've got to pay out, all the bills or whatever it is that's laying on your carpet. And therefore in the present, this is rendering you as the Queen of Pentacles. So you come back fighting here, which is lovely, because you're actually taking a really good hard look at your finances, and at your home, and at your values, and at your environment. And you're saying, right, this is what needs to be done. Let's get a spreadsheet up. Let's have a look at, you know, what state the finances are in and what we can do about it. And that's because of the Page of Wands. For some of you guys, it might be because of a child. And for some of you guys, it might be because you might be looking at a new career path potentially with that Page of Wands energy here. So the best case scenario in terms of this section here is the Sun. And the Sun says things are actually looking up. The things are actually looking far better than you thought that they were. And that's because of the Queen of Cups energy. And the Queen of Cups energy is, I find a solution to a very difficult problem. But it's about acceptance as well. All right? So the Sun can show renewal, happiness, positivity, feeling more confident. And that's because of the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a counsellor, she's a tarot reader, she's a healer. So people like me know how to accept situations. Okay, and we also know how to use our intuition. So to me this says, you know, if you're doing a lot of practical planning here, financially, home-wise, what you're buying people for Christmas, that type of thing. Could be children, Page of Wands. It could be that the best case scenario, the best possible outcome, or the most likely outcome within the first 2 weeks is the Sun. Happiness, joviality, feeling really happy, feeling jovial, feeling back in control because of the Queen of Cups, because you use your intuition and you've relied on your intuition to guide you through this situation. So in the immediate future, it could be through all of this financial planning, and we didn't go here, sorry, how you're approaching this situation here is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords says, I look at the situation from a I'm going to take charge of this. Mentally, I'm going to take charge. Okay? For some of you guys, you'll need to communicate with people, for example. The King of Swords means direct communication. So for some of you guys, you might be approaching this situation here. You know, maybe somebody's asking money from you with the Eight of Pentacles and you just don't have it with the Eight of Swords. And maybe that's why what's involved in this situation here is the Judgment card. You're going to need to make a judgment. You're going to need to make those calls. You're going to need to kind of resolve the situation because of the Five of Swords. And it could be that some of you guys feel powerless at the hands of others who are asking things from you. And it's not just family, it's people that you owe money to, that type of thing. All right? Let's quickly do this again because I've got this thing here. Somebody might be asking money from you here. You haven't got it, or there's some restrictions about money or worry. And it's because of judgment. And the judgment is the big decisions that you need to make to resolve a situation here. You need to make a judgment. You need to make it fast. Because of the Five of Swords. You feel powerless against the powers that be. There's some sort of challenges with others regarding maybe why you can't pay them, you know, the restriction in money, that type of thing. And so how you're approaching this situation is via the King of Swords energy. Okay, so I need to make direct communication because of the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles can be, well, because of the money that I have, what I've got in my bank account. Maybe I'm going to communicate this to these people. This is where this shows up maybe. That you need to make a judgment with people who have more power than you do in terms of what you earn or what you have. So I'm going to need to, you know, make a positive and a very direct communication with these people to resolve this difficult situation, because your challenge is that Five of Pentacles, that you are lacking something financially. There is financial instability, and it seems to be around that Eight of Wands, that there's lots and lots of problems showing up here. I feel that these are more problems. These aren't delayed messages. These are messages that are all coming at once, that are kind of rendering you more powerless, and I feel it's from that Five of Swords individual there, which is why you might be feeling a little bit anxious around money, maybe money that you owe, money that people are asking from you. So in the present situation, you start making some really important changes. You start being very pragmatic, very practical, and looking at things for what they are and sorting through the issues. Okay? And that's because of the Page of Wands. It could be a child, or it could be news that you receive, or some form of new developments that you need to put into practice concerning your finances. Therefore, the best case scenario is that things can be resolved here with the Sun. Things are looking up because you paid attention to your intuition with that Queen of Cups in terms of what you needed to do. So therefore, you have the most happiness with that Ten of Cups, in the month of December, the next 2 weeks. You're feeling a lot lighter, a lot happier because of the Fool energy. And the Fool energy says, I took a risk. I looked upwards rather than down. Okay? I took that risk and I did it. I sorted through the financial bullshit I was afraid to sort through, and therefore it's encouraging the universe to bring in some very positive changes. Often when you don't face up to things, Scorpio, what happens is the obstacles still stay there. But as soon as you start to break down the walls, which is what the Fool often represents for me, someone who breaks down walls, you start to see the universe start reacting to that, and it starts bringing in these wonderful changes. So then you start to see a change, good changes coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. And that's because of the Star. You're on the right path. Okay, good things are starting. The universe is starting to answer your prayers here, I feel, with those two cards, in which you'll be hoping that your ships will be coming in. And that's through the Six of Pentacles. Perhaps you guys are still waiting for finances to change for the better. If you're looking for a new job, that type of thing, this can show up here as well in your hopes. And therefore the outcome is the Six of Swords. You're avoiding problems, you're overcoming problems here, and it's because of the Queen of Wands energy. And this is somebody who stands in her power and somebody who was proactive because you were proactive. Or some of you guys, if it's a job leave or a job move from somewhere, from one place to the other, it shows a move here. Six of Swords is a move, change of direction. Could be towards the Queen of Wands, a new job, a new manager. But I'm seeing either, I feel for some of you Scorpios, a change in direction concerning work, or things that are looking up, or they're getting better financially in December. I feel some of you guys might have been going through a tough time, but through some really careful planning, through keeping positive, through keeping confident, through keeping a level of optimism, you start to see the changes ring in December. And I'm seeing some really good changes coming here. I feel that this is work or financial reading more than anything. Got a lot of Pentacle cards showing up here. So I feel that this might be a financial thing, but I feel that there's a lot of good changes happening financially for you Scorpios. Let's have a look at what the angels have for you. What's the angel reading for the month of December 2016? So Universe, Spirit, Angels, what is the advice you have for Scorpios? Show me the advice. What is the advice that you have for Scorpios in the month of December 2016? Angels, what is the advice that you have for Scorpios in the month of December 2016? Show me. Big happy changes. That's lovely. See that? Came right off the top of the deck. Big happy changes. Let's have a look what those big happy changes are saying. Big positive changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, which I did say here, potentially. Entering a new relationship or moving to a new home or city. Embrace these new exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith, which is true, because what's coming in, we're seeing some changes. We're seeing change here. 10 of Cups can mean a change, and which will need a leap of faith with the Fool card. And this shows, you know, changes here with the Wheel of Fortune as a result of that. And you're going to need to be positive around that. So some of you guys, it can be a change that's coming in here. Really significant change, especially to do with your careers, potentially. I'm seeing changes pertaining to careers here, because something's not working here, potentially in terms of career, money, finances, that type of thing. And for some of you guys, it will be a change. And I feel that this best case scenario is acceptance of that change with the Queen of Cups and that Sun card. May require leaps of faith that seem frightening or beyond your ability. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. How interesting. So yeah, I do see changes. I feel for some of you guys, you'll be able to weather the storm financially and get back on track. I do feel for some of you guys, though, it's going to be some form of a career change that's happening in the December, so that you'll start doing something new in January 2017. And even though that might be scary, to me this is 10 of Cups, ending of a cycle, and you need to be positive. It's about changing tact here with those two cards. Both cards represent changes. Wheel of Fortune is change, but it says it's putting you on the right track with that Star card, and we can see a change of direction here because of the Queen of Wands. This could be somebody that you encounter, for example. Queen of Wands can also represent a new job coming to you guys. So I am seeing some changes here for Scorpios going on into January 2017, especially career-wise, okay? Because I feel for some of you guys, what you're doing right now is not paying the bills, or it's just struggling with it. So the universe is bringing something in to say, you know what, actually, this might be a good idea that you actually do something else. Can also be this Queen of Pentacles offers you a job. Queen of Pentacles can often be a manager, and the Page of Wands can be good news about a job. So, and that's why you see changes here with this 10 of Cups and the Fool card. And a lot of change cards showing that. So I am seeing some changes happening towards the end of December for you, especially in terms of your career. Okay. That is your reading, my darling. I would like to say, Scorpio, have a very Merry Christmas. I will see you on your year ahead readings at the end of the month, at the end of December. Until then, you've got 3 readings up. Please enjoy those, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.